Hello friends, today I'm going to share with you some thoughts which come from another YouTuber. His name is Joseph Gelb, and he's from Florida. He's a very interesting person. I just came across his YouTube channel about a month ago. I was just channel surfing and came across his videos, and I watched a few and I found what he had to say very interesting. He was very philosophical. He's very deep-minded and just has some very interesting thoughts. So today I'd like to share some of his thoughts with you. So this video is about the new quantification of distance. Okay? We're going to look at distance. Maybe we're going to change distance. We're going to put distance into a glass of water. So this is a quantification of distance which is secretly being dispatched from person to person telepathically through your mind. Okay, so let's say you have a glass of water. Okay, here's a glass. Let me get some water here. So you've got a glass of water and you fill up the glass. Okay, so the question is do you have distance or do you just have a glass of water? Wait, I'm thirsty here. And so then the question arises, if you take that same glass of water and you put it in a car, so you've got an automobile that's moving, there's energy there, movement and all, okay, so you put that glass of water in a car and the car is moving. Would you have distance? Or would you have acceleration? Or would you have frequency? Or what would you have here? Does that glass of water change because it's in a car that's moving? Or is it just the same glass of water? Okay, so then so here's another theory. Then you take that same glass of water and you pour the water out into a plant to make it drink the water. So the plant will take in the water into its stems and leaves and branches and so forth. So when it drinks that water, when that plant drinks the water, it grows taller, it grows outward, it grows happy, it grows green. Okay, now would that be called distance? Because see, we're taking that water and we're applying it to the plant and the plant grows, so is that water now turning into distance? But then the question is beyond that. Okay, if you had a couple other plants growing, okay, so you got 3 or 4 plants growing, right, with another plant, then they'd have to compete with each other so they could get really tall. You got one plant growing at a faster rate than the other plant. Would that be distance, or would that just be a cup of water or a glass of water? Okay, so, and are you going to have to give each plant the same amount of water so that they can grow evenly, or will some plants need a little more water to grow the same amount as another plant, or less water to grow the same amount? Questions, questions, questions. Well, see, that's the thing about the distance. That's the thing about distance, is sometimes people and things get lost in the distance. Sometimes it gets foggy, you can't see, you get lost, right? And, they say that maybe the visibility is 20 feet instead of 20,000 feet. And so, hey, it's hard to see, right? Okay. and then it brings into the distance. Okay, it brings into the distance, because sometimes you get to go to that point where there's energy. Okay, where it's all about distance, solving the equation. And when the equation can solve every point we know, then we know what the distance is all about. Okay, so this is it. You go into that fog, you can't see. You reach a point in that distance, in that fog, where there's an energy. Okay? Now that energy is all about distance. The distance is solving the equation. And when the equation can solve every point, we know what the distance is all about. So you get it? Oh, okay. Okay, well, okay, how about this? You know, if you hear me, you're on the same page. Okay, if you hear what I'm saying, then you are on the same page. If you understand what I'm saying, then you're on the same page. So this is what I ask you, is what is the new formula, okay? If you can tell me that, I want you to leave me a comment, okay? So if you can tell me that, what is the new formula? Leave me a comment, because I'd really like to know. And I will be back again next week, friends, with another equation and theory from Joseph Gelb. Thank you, and I will see you soon. Have a great week.